Vaishnavi Dagde and I will be discussing Chapter 3 How to Build Better Habits in 4 Simple Steps of book Atomic Habits by James Clear. A psychologist named Edward Thorndike proved that behavior followed by satisfying consequences tend to be repeated, and those that produce unpleasant consequences are less likely to be repeated. When you repeat a specific behavior many times, it automatically turns into a habit. Habit formation is a trial and error. You don't know how to react to a particular situation when you face it for the first time. Your brain tries hard to analyze it and find ways to solve it. You may find a sudden solution. If it makes you anxious, you will want to take a break from it. Once you get an unexpected reward, you will alter your strategy for the next time. Your brain will immediately analyze what went wrong in your previous strategy. In other words, try, fail, learn, and try differently. As habits are created, the level of activity in the brain decreases as the process becomes automated. Habits reduce your load since you can devote time for other important tasks. Habits certainly don't restrict your freedom, they create it. People with mismanaged habits have little freedom. Good habits create space for free thinking and creativity. There are 4 steps to build a habit: cue, carving, response, and reward. A cue triggers your brain to respond to a situation with a specific behavior. It is a bit of information that predicts a reward. When you realize there is a potential of getting a reward, it leads to a carving. Carving are the motivational forces that drives you to respond to a problem by showing a particular kind of behavior. Carvings are natural since you really want the reward and you desire to get it. Every carving is linked to a desire to change your internal state. Different people have different carvings. The thoughts, feelings, and emotions of the observer are what transform a cue into a carving. Next is the response. Response is the actual habit you perform which can take the form of thought or an action. Whether a response occurs depends on how motivated you are. If action demands more effort than you are willing to expend, you will naturally not want to do it. You must also be capable enough to respond that particular way. Finally, the last step is reward. Rewards are the end goals of every habit. We chase rewards because they are satisfying and they teach us. Rewards satisfy your carving and give you contentment and relief. Rewards teach us which actions are to be remembered for the future. In a nutshell, the cue triggers a carving which motivates a response which provides a reward which satisfies carving and ultimately becomes associated with the cue. These 4 terms together make a neurological feedback loop. In other words, they constitute the habit loop. The loop is ineffective even if any one of these steps is absent. The habit loop is not a momentary thing. It is a continuous and ongoing process. The problem phase involves the cue and the carving, and the solution phase includes the response and the reward. The author describes 4 laws of behavior changes. They are simple set of rules for creating good habit and getting rid of bad habit. How to create a good habit? The first law is cue. Make it obvious. The second is carving. You must make it attractive. The third is response, which you need to make easy. Fourth is reward, which should be satisfying. Invest these laws to break a bad habit. So here is the summary of this chapter. A habit is a behavior that has been repeated enough times to become automatic. You should use habit to solve problems with the least amount of efforts and energy. A habit can be broken down into feedback loop of cue, carving, and reward. The 4 laws of behavior changes can be used to build better habits. They are: make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Here we come to an end of this video. Stay tuned for the next video.